Hello there. Welcome to a special pre-game episode of Jedi Academy. We're not giving a predictions about what we're going to see at the celebration this week.
Sure.
I, of course, am Ben Kenobi, as you're always joined by my fellow Jedi Master Tuck. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. Just on the edge of my seat for Thursday and the rest of the weekend.
Yo, what day? Do you know what day we're getting the live action stuff? Is that Tuesday?
It might be Thursday, but it could be Friday. I don't know. It's usually one of the first 2 days, though. I would assume they're gonna. That's gonna be. It might be Thursday just because they're probably gonna want to lead with their strongest stuff. So
Right.
you know,
So why don't we get into it? Let's not go get into what live action Tuesday, movies, TV. What are we predicting about that? What do you think is going to be a surprise?
yeah. I think we're gonna get more obviously on what we already know is coming out.
Okay.
I mean, Acolyte probably a little more about that. Ahsoka might even get a little, 2 3 minute behind the scenes of that because it's been shooting for a little while. We might, not an actual scene, but just behind the scenes, um, featurette kind of thing. But I think we're going to get an announcement of at least one new, either show, character show, something like that, where we're going to get something brand new that we haven't heard of yet.
Overall, I knew 40%, 40,
Yeah.
we get an adult trailer.
Oh, I think it's 100%.
Oh, really? You're really, okay, wow.
Coming out this year. I don't see why they wouldn't drop it now. This is the time to drop it if you're going to drop it. I think we got the featurette last year or a year and a half ago, something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, I think absolutely you have to drop a trailer now. I would
How,
say over that. I guess 40%. Yeah, I would definitely say over. I think
how about the Mandalorian Season 3? Do we get a date announcement?
probably date announcement, maybe some early footage, but I don't even think they've started shooting that yet, have they?
No.
I don't think so either. Yeah. So, but they're close on that, so they've had to have shot that by now because that's
I
coming.
think I think I remember hearing they're going to go into production right after they
Maybe
wrap
that's
up Ahsoka.
maybe that's Sunday night. Maybe that's the last final boom at the end of the weekend is the Mandalorian 3 trailer, season 3 trailer,
Maybe.
or maybe like a teaser, like let's say a minute and 15 teaser, something like that.
We might get, yeah, maybe. Maybe we get some um, surprise actors showing up.
Right, right.
Who kn-
Like I said, I think yeah, we're gonna get a lot more about what we already know, and then I think we'll get one new thing that we haven't heard of yet, either like whatever it is, Knights of the Old Republic live action, High Republic live action show, something like that.
Do we get an official announcement and an update about Taika Waititi movie?
I think you have to, right? At this point, I mean, it's the closest movie to being released, at least that they're saying.
Well, is it confirmed? I don't know if it's really confirmed yet. Is it?
As far as I know, yeah. As far as I know, it's confirmed
Okay.
that he's doing it. Now, how far in production they are, I don't know. That's the other, that's the question, I guess. Do they have a
And
script? Do they have a story? What do they have so far?
and you know what? Right now, what just came out last night that everybody, and I mean everybody, is super hyped on
What? Oh,
the
Thor.
new Thor trailer. The
Oh yeah,
new Thor trailer.
yeah,
And who's directing that? Taika.
yeah.
So they might want to bank on that. They might want to pile on that. Wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Why not? Yeah. Why not? I mean,
Uh,
I think everybody loved Ragnarok, right?
yep.
So, I mean, for the most part. So, and the fact that he's coming back to do this, yeah, I mean, his name right now is big. So yeah,
And he
use him.
and he won an Oscar for Jojo Rabbit. Everybody loves Taika.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. He's funny, man. I mean, he's a great director. He really is. He knows how to get what he wants, and he usually hits it out of the park.
And he's an underrated actor. I don't know if you saw the movie Free Guy, but
Yeah,
he played the villain in that. He was great in that.
absolutely. No, absolutely. Even his Korg. I mean, he's not that big in the Avengers, anything like that, but he's funny in that role. The little bit of dialogue he gets, he pulls it off and he knocks it out, man. I mean, he's funny. He's really
Uh,
funny.
How do you remember? I can't remember what movie it was from. On Disney, they released a watch along for it was a trailer. Maybe it was for Free Guy for something, and they had Coke and Deadpool watch the trailer. Do you remember that?
Yes, 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 yes. I do remember that.
God, that was funny.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what I mean, man. That I just think he's so good at what he does. He's just one of those people that just he knows what he's doing. He always knows what he's doing.
If I was Lucasfilm, I would lock him up for a movie or maybe two.
At least
I
if
would,
Disney would lock him up and say, hey, we can use you for Marvel, we can use you
right.
for Star Wars, we can use you for whatever we want, kind of thing. Yeah.
Hell, give him a Disney animation movie. I
Here's
mean, he
what
could not.
So just think about this. They're doing that new Robin Hood movie. What if Taika Waititi did the live action Robin Hood movie with the stork, with
Ooh,
all the silliness of it? How he dresses up like a stork and when he goes to do the battle? Because that movie gets very silly towards the end. So
yeah.
you give somebody that like Taika Waititi that movie, he would probably knock it out of the park, man. He really would.
And do you like that Robin Hood movie? The animated one?
I love. It's one of my favorite Disney movies for sure. Yeah, I love that movie. I love that
It,
movie.
it might be my favorite Robin Hood movie. I don't know about that, but
It's up
it
there.
was pretty damn good.
I'm a Mel Brooks fan, so Men in Tights is my favorite. I just love that movie so much. But yeah, no, it's
Oh, okay, I have to ask. He brought up Mel Brooks.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite Mel Brooks movie?
For me, it's actually one of his not even well known one. It's History of the World. I think that's one of
Really?
I
Wow.
love
Okay.
that. I love
Okay.
that movie. Yeah, that's one of my favorites by far. But I mean, of course, I mean, High Anxiety, Young Frankenstein,
Smash
Spaceball.
Balls?
I mean, of course, yeah, all that, yeah, all that. The scene where he's watching the movie where Rick Moranis is watching Spaceballs on the screen, and they're doing. When did that happen? Right now? Did that just happen? The time just like that whole back and forth of like the past and future and all that is so funny, man. It's just
How about Comb the Desert? We aren't coming in. We ain't found shit.
yeah. No, Mel Brooks to me is movie comedy genius. I mean, Blazing Saddles is one of it's so far ahead of its time, man. It's such a great movie when you actually watch it. It really is.
Sneaky out of the wrong. Yeah, but this is my shooting hand.
It is, man. He is beyond his time. He really was. But yeah, I love Mel Brooks. I'm a huge fan. I have his Blu-ray collection. It's like all of his movies on Blu-ray. So good.
That that is my white whale. I always wanted to get that, but
I found it at
uh,
Best Buy for $30.
really,
Yeah, that was a couple
wow.
years ago, but yeah, I found it at Best Buy for 30
How
bucks.
many movies? How many movies come in it?
Oh, it's 9 or 10 movies. Like I said, it's everything. High Anxiety, Young Frankenstein, Men in Tights, Spaceballs, History of the World. Um, um, oh, shoot, what else is on there? There's a few more. There's at least 3 or 4 more on there. Blazing Saddles, obviously. Yeah, I have to pull it out and go through all the movies. But yeah, it's like 9 or 10 movies.
And you got all that for $30?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dude, I got History of the World for me. It hit me at a time when I was like 14 or 15, and I just fell in love with that movie. And then obviously Men in Tights, and then Spaceballs, all that just kind of came afterwards up from there.
So to bring it back to celebration, I'm sorry, but
That was a little tangent. Yeah.
yeah, do you think we'll get a Lando series announcement?
I hope so. I don't know though, but yeah, I hope so because I would really like to see if they could get Harrison Ford to come back, man, and do like where it's Lando and it's Billy D and um, Harrison, and they sort of go into a story where it's young Lando and young Harrison Ford,
Okay,
and
I
that's
see
what
what
the
you.
you know what I mean, kind of like. Do you remember that time when we, did, and they're just sitting there kind of playing sabaki at the beginning of each episode or something, and it's just them kind of having, just talking about their old times, and then each
But
episode is the younger ones. I would love something like that.
but here's the thing, you don't need them for a show. You don't need you don't need Harrison, you don't need
No,
Billy D.
you don't need them, but I think it would, especially for Alden Ehrenreich after all the crap he got from Solo.
Yeah,
If Harrison
good
Ford
point.
said, "You know what, I sign off on this," just,
Good point.
I think it would just be a big thing for the fans. That's all. But no, you don't need it. I agree with you. You don't need it.
And talking about Arden, never say never. I mean, look at Hayden Christensen. Look how far he's come.
Yeah,
From all the way back 18 years ago.
I'm excited to see him back. Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's excited. I
Yeah,
mean, and everybody hated him when he was Anakin.
yeah. Oh no, no. Like I said, I'm definitely excited to see him back. I mean, yeah. Look, we all had issues with him in the past, but I think as you get older with these movies and you understand these movies a little more, you understand that not everything is his fault. So it's so hard to just continue to hate him for something that he really did his best with, and he's actually a really good actor. So it's kind of hard to hate him.
And here's the thing. I said him I said it before and I'll say it again. I actually think what happened with the sequel trilogy made everyone with the prequel trilogy made everyone appreciate that prequel trilogy
Sure,
so much better.
sure.
Because say what you want about the prequels, they had a plan.
Yes,
1 through 6 felt like one complete story.
sure. I would agree
Maybe
with that.
I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, I think it absolutely would have something to do with it. Yeah. Because even with the flaws and the things that kind of retcon the original trilogy or vice versa, there's still enough of the core lore and story there in the prequels to attach it to the original trilogy where you're not like, well, this isn't at all what I know. You at
Right.
least recognize it as Star Wars and part of that world. Where, like you said, the sequel trilogy is so disbanded and yeah, it's just it feels more disbanded from the original six, or from the first six, I guess you would say.
And technically, they're not bad made movies. They're well made movies from the technical sense, right?
Yeah. Oh no, they're not bad movies from that sense. They're well shot, they're well directed and stuff like that. I don't think they're bad movies in that sense. No, not at all.
They
I mean, they
they
all
made
three won special effects Oscars, didn't they? Didn't all three of them win special effects?
maybe I
Or at least two of them did. I know Force
yeah.
Awakens did. I'm pretty sure Return or Rise of Skywalker did.
It, it don't feel like good Star Wars movies. That's not true.
Yeah, yeah,
And I don't hate them, but they're disappointing and they hurt to watch, if
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah. I think that's exactly right. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I don't hate them. just wish they did a few things differently.
Right, but right, and those few things they make it really difficult to watch, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree. But again, it's still there is the story is there. It's just it's different from the prequels to the sequel trilogy. It is. It's different the way it connects to the original trilogy. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have the same symmetry to the original trilogy as the prequel trilogy does.
No,
So yeah, it's tougher. It's tougher.
back to celebration.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: you're more into the animation side than I am. What animated shows are you looking for news about? Any in particular?
I kind of hope we get another Vision season.
Okay.
That's the anime show where
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, different anime companies or styles do their own story. I'd like to see another version of that. Like I said, I think there was enough good ones in there to warrant another season.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I think we'll definitely get something about Bad Batch. I mean, that's going to be definite. Yeah, I hope we get something. I hope we get some kind of. I'd like to see an animated Jedi show or Sith show where it's not Obi-Wan and Anakin. It's not, let's go back in time and do a animated show or something and introduce us to some time period. Maybe that's the way to get into it and then do live action down the road.
I like that. I like that.
So, because it always seems like an animated, I get more of what this has always been my gripe with live action from animated Star Wars is Clone Wars and somewhat Rebels, but mainly Clone Wars. We really see what people can do with the Force as far as like jumping around and using the
Right.
Force to enhance their abilities as physical abilities. We don't really get that in the movies except for we get the one shot in the prequels where they do the Force run kind of thing and but overall it's not like it is in the Clone Wars. It's just not
Well, we got voice Amazon Prime in the Rise of Skywalker. Don't forget about that.
true. Yeah, but again,
Uh,
the closest we've got to it, which is so blurry now when you go back and watch it, it's kind of hard to watch a little bit, is Yoda from the prequels when he's kind of jumping around and fighting Dooku.
yeah.
That's really the closest we sort of get to that acrobatic style of Jedi fighting and just force fighting in general.
I forget really that. Are you a fan of Yoda fighting or you don't like it? I forget.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, overall, yeah, I think I'm a fan of it. I mean, obviously, that's what you would think how he would fight, use his size and agility to his advantage. So, I mean, yeah, that makes sense for his character to use that style of fighting. So, yeah, I don't mind it at all. I actually I like that part. I
I
just think he's
remember
around so fast in the movie, you can't see him.
I remember 20 years ago seeing that. Wow, 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, 20 years ago seeing that for the first time.
yeah,
Being so excited to see Yoda fight with a lightsaber.
yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah. Well, I just look at. So, do you remember the Clone Wars episodes? It was actually, I think it's shoot. I think it's one of the first or second. I think it's the first episode where Yoda lands on the planet and has to fight his way to he has a meeting with the king of that planet. They're like the flying. What do they call them? The ones that Anakin is enslaved to in the prequels. Wow, why am I drawing?
I don't remember. I'm sorry, I
Um,
don't remember.
Watto, Watto species.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't think of Watto. I was trying to blank. I was blanking on his name, but Watto species. Yoda has a, a meeting with the king of that planet, and Asajj Ventress gets there first, and she sends an entire all the clone or all the droid battle droids and tanks after him and everything, and he has to fight basically his way through. And you see Yoda fight each and every thing in that episode that he fights.
Oh,
Where
wow.
and the prequel trilogy, or in that episode, or in that scene in the prequels, it's just so blurry. You don't really see what he's doing. He's just kind of spinning around in circles. Where
Yeah, man, that guy, isn't that because he is an old CG character? I mean, there's only so much you can do with a character
yeah,
like that, right?
again, I think now they could slow it down though. I think now
Yes,
they can slow it down because they have better technology. Right now, for that time period, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not saying they have to change it. I'm just saying at that time, it's a little harder to watch now going back. That's all.
so, do you think we'll get any books announced or anything like that?
I would assume, yeah. I mean, you would think so. Celebration, they would at least get a couple. You would think, yeah. I hope so. Maybe something off of the Obi Wan show, or for the Ahsoka show. Maybe a prequel book to the Ahsoka show, something
Right?
like that. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I would
And
like that.
going back to TV, I wouldn't mind a young playlist show. You
Okay,
think we could get that?
yeah, okay. Do you think that could work?
Yeah, I think so, don't you?
Okay.
I don't know who you would get in playing playlist. Do you have any?
Yeah, I think what we could get something like that in Acolyte, or at least the
Mm,
beginning of
right,
Plagueis in
right,
Acolyte.
right,
That's about 100 years before Episode One,
right. Okay.
so we could get the beginnings of Plagueis in that at towards the end maybe. So maybe the Acolyte is Plagueis's teacher.
Okay. Who would you cast to play him? Do you have a name you want to throw out or no?
I want somebody. See, I don't know. Yeah, I want somebody intimidating, man. Um, yeah, I don't know. Shit, I tell you what, if they could get him, if they could make him look right, uh, if you could get Pattinson to give you a Batman type uh, um, performance, yeah, I could see him doing that. Depending
How
again, depending on how old they want to go, how old this character is and that kind of stuff. I don't know, but
how about David Tennant?
there's a good one. There's yeah, no. I mean, there are some names out there that could play it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. What about this? What about if they want to go a little bit older? Idris Alba. He is very intense when he wants to be.
Yes, he is.
And you put him in a cloak and give him some red eyes or something, and yeah, he could be really super intense. I mean,
Okay,
there's a lot to play it.
I never thought of somebody.
Okay.
He can be intense. Hugh Laurie.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. I could see that for sure. Yeah, when he loses in house, he is definitely intense.
I know, right?
Yeah,
And I think he's the right age.
yeah. That's actually a good call right there. And he's a British actor, perfect for the role already. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, I love.
Great call.
I don't know about you, but I love House. I love that show.
Okay, so I think it should be Hugh Laurie and his first apprentice that gets killed by young Plagueis. I don't know why I want this. I want like a silent character of the Rock next to him, just a huge figure, just like his bodyguard. It just doesn't say anything or do anything. It's just
All he does is the eyebrow left.
right.
All he does is lift the eyebrow.
The force eyebrow where it just slams you on the ground. I don't know why that would just be so funny to me. Just having
You
staring at
know what?
somebody. I
I
think the
don't
Rock
know.
fit in Star Wars if they did it right. If they put him somewhere right, he could fit in Star Wars if they did it right.
Really, I don't see it.
I
But that's
think he's got
just
to be
me.
covered up. He's got to be covered up to where you almost don't see his face. But the right character, if it's a big character, like you don't think he could actually play like because he's about the same height as Vader. He's almost the same height as Vader would be. Is he too big? Because the original Vader from the original trilogy was a big dude. He was real big.
I don't know because the Rock has is somebody where they're not going to want to cover up his face.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not popular. I don't know. It's like, do you want to see do you want to see Tom Cruise in Star Wars?
Yeah, well, yeah. No. But perfect character. From Rebels. The Beast. The not Chewie. The purple dude. I can't remember his name. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the Rock. He could play that role for sure.
I got it. The perfect role for the Rock.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Babu Frank.
I think hey, he could do it. He could definitely pull it off. Is he like so? Would that be like the Mad Max version where Babu Frick like sits on his back, or he just sits on his neck like behind him and controls him?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't. Hey, well, anything to get the Rock in something, I'm all for.
Hey, I'm Babu Frank.
That's too funny.
Hmm.
Why'd my camera go?
So, I mean, there's only so much we could talk about.
Yeah,
Is there
I mean,
anything there?
do you think of any? Do you think of any animated something that you would want to see animated or live action that you don't think that, or that you think they could announce or even be considering? There's a lot I would want to see. I just don't know what they're actually, where their heads are as far as where they want to go.
I don't think this will happen.
Okay.
I want a live action series of Darth Vader blowing out Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
No, but
But,
yeah.
but that's what I want.
If you have Hayden, think about that. Ian McDermott is still young enough to play Palpatine, and you have Hayden Christensen back. So let's see. Have you ever heard of the book?
Plagueis.
No, it's
not. No. I know. Lords of the Sith, right?
Lords of the Sith, where they get trapped on that planet together. Dude, I'm telling you, it's one of the best books I've read and in Star Wars, man. I'm telling you, that would be perfect for a movie. Because there is a scene at the end of the book where they're in a quarry, so they're surrounded by walls, and it's just him and Palpatine, and basically they destroy an army together. I mean, they're jumping from layer to layer of the quarry and just destroying these people. I mean, it's an entire army has them surrounded, and they are destroying them. I think it would be awesome to see in live action those two actually fighting together. And there's a scene where Vader and Palpatine clash and have a fight.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what I said. I think it would actually lend itself well to a movie or a series like Obi-Wan, like a series.
But you don't think Ian is too old?
Not to play Palpatine. No.
Okay.
No. I mean, he doesn't have to jump around and do crazy stuff. I mean, they can probably deep fake that part, but you know what I mean? To have him just playing, because there's a lot of them just kind of walking around and stuff like that. So.
But here's my only pushback about that.
Okay.
A lot of people got aggravated at Palpatine in the Rise of Skywalker.
Sure.
They might want to put a break on anything Palpatine for a while.
That's true. That might be true. But this might be a way to bring him back if you do it well. At least get Palpatine back in the good, graces of the fans again, where, at least we have this story to go to for him, So, and I think it's set early enough in the timeline where, because I'm pretty sure it's even before Obi-Wan. I'm pretty sure it's in the first few years of him becoming Vader. So
we'll see. Okay, talking about Obi-Wan real quick.
Sure.
Over under 45%.
Yeah.
We get a flashback an oh my god, he's alive moment in Obi-Wan show.
Oh my God, who's alive?
Vader. Because remember, at the end of Revenge of the Sith,
Yeah,
Obi-Wan thought he was dead.
yeah.
Do
Um,
you think, do you, do you think we get a flashback of Obi-Wan saying, oh shit, he's alive?
I don't think so. I think this is when we. I think this is the first time he finds out Vader's alive from that fight.
But my only argument to that is it's been 10 years. If Vader is really that big and powerful and
Sure. Yeah.
popular, you don't think Obi-Wan would know by now?
Well, they and a lot of the books in this time period, they say that Vader is more of a ghost. He's not actually like out in the public eye. That he's actually more of like Palpatine's like, you know, mercenary behind the scenes that really only a few people know about, like Tarkin, the guard, his personal guard know of him obviously, but even his personal Palpatine's personal guard disrespect Vader all the time. Like they're even above Vader. Tarkin's above Vader. So it's a weird time period for Vader because he's actually more treated like a dog, and he's in the shadows. He just goes and does whatever Palpatine tells him to do, and then he's back hiding again. Not really hiding, but he doesn't go out in like the public scene. Like Palpatine does, like big public announcements where he talks to the whole galaxy. Vader's never a part of that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think he could stay hidden from Obi-Wan for that time period for sure. I think he could stay hidden.
So do you think it would be Vader's coming out party? Like, during the show, everybody will learn about Darth Vader.
Yeah, I think it's the first time Obi-Wan's going to know because I think how he's referred to in the galaxy is as like a shadow. Like he's not
Okay,
referred to as Vader a lot because only a few people know that he's actually Anakin and that he's Vader.
okay,
So
yeah, you might be right.
it depends on I guess what Filoni and Favreau think the audience is smart enough to know and not know, kind of thing. I guess what do they think we know and don't know? I guess about because they retcon the comics and books all the time, so
Right.
they could easily say where Vader is, number two to Palpatine, and everybody knows who he is. So I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, guess what, dude? You don't have to wait that long.
I
You
know
don't
it's so.
have to wait that long.
I'm excited, man. Like I said, this week is going to be so great, man, to see
Yeah.
everything.
Before we wrap up, today's our show, everyone. Uh, there's not that much news. We have a big show planned for Sunday night. Come
Yeah,
back
I have a
here.
big surprise planned for that night, guys. So please tune in.
All right, and yeah. On that note, Don, why don't you say where everyone can find you, my man?
Yeah, on Twitter at Jedi Master Tuck, and Mondays with you dissecting the Schmodown, and then Tuesdays here with you on the Jedi Academy.
All right, and you can find me at my Twitter, @Pad_Rainer, every Monday on Dissecting Schmodown, every Tuesday on Jedi Academy, every Friday on the Weekly Kingdom, every Sunday night on Unwind with Ben. Also, you can also find me on the Northern Entertainment Group every Tuesday on Rewind That Tape, and every Saturday morning on the Northern Countdown. I think that's everything.
I think that
And yeah, so we'll be back Sunday night for a special celebration episode of Jedi Academy. And until then, may the Force be with you, and have a good week.
may the force be with you.